Hi guys, welcome back to the Science Pals. I'm Gatlyn.
I'm Aiden.
And I'm Kayne.
This is Goose, the science dog. He's our replacement for Matthew because he could not make it here today.
Today we'll be explaining Unit 3.1, Energy.
First we will be explaining kinetic and potential energy using this tire.
Kinetic energy is energy due to motion. Potential energy is stored energy due to interaction between objects and particles.
Oh my god! Aiden, help me! Oh my. As we already know, potential energy is stored energy due to interactions between objects or particles. At the top of this hill, this tire has the greatest potential energy because it is at its greatest height. Kinetic energy is energy due to motion. Since this tire is not in motion, it has zero kinetic energy. Pulse. Now this tire is in the middle of the hill and it still has height, but it is also in motion. This tire's energy is half potential and half kinetic. Oh my god! Stop. Now this tire does not have very much height, but it is moving very fast. For this reason, it has the greatest amount of kinetic energy.
Now, let's watch it again.
Now we'll be explaining the 8 different types of energy. First up is radiant energy. Radiant energy is a form of kinetic energy and gives us the ability to see. An example of this is a spotlight. This
is the second type of energy, nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is the energy released during nuclear fission or fusion, especially when used to generate electricity. This is the first example, fission. When you have uranium-235 and one neutron, and they go together, they react and they split apart, creating energy. This is also used in nuclear power plants. The next example is fusion. Fusion is when there's 2 different atoms and they go together and create one big one and then one separate neutron. That would be fusion.
Our third type of energy is sound energy. Sound energy is energy that carries sound. Today, we will be demonstrating it by playing you Old MacDonald.
3, 2, 1.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O. With a boink boink here and a boink boink there, here, there, everywhere, boink boink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Our fourth type of energy is mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy in a system of objects. We're going to be demonstrating this by doing bench press and the weights going up and down. Oh, that's so low. 3, 2, 1.
So hi guys. Our fifth type of energy is chemical energy. Chemical energy is energy that is stored in chemicals and released when broken apart or rearranged. Eating this banana is chemical energy. It gives me the energy that I need to exercise.
Our next energy is thermal energy. Thermal energy is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy of the particles that make up an object. For an example of thermal energy, we're going to be using this oven which produces heat and cook these pizzas. Come back in about 15 minutes.
Last type of energy we'll be talking about is electrical energy. Electrical energy is energy that comes from electricity. The electricity comes out of the outlet, through the cord, in the blender, and makes it spin.
Elastic energy is our next type of energy. Elastic energy is energy stored due to a stretch or squeeze. An example of elastic energy is a slingshot. When I stretch and squeeze the slingshot and release it, it will release a lot of energy to send this ammo at the tent.
Welcome back to the Science Pals.
As always, I'm Gatlyn.
I'm Aiden.
And I'm Gatlyn.
Today we're going to be going over Unit 3.2,
The electromagnetic spectrum.
also known as the EM spectrum.
Our first wave we'll be going over is radio waves. Television broadcasting is an example of radio waves. Radio waves have the longest wavelength and carry the least amount of energy. No!
The next wave is microwave. The microwave is the next longest wavelength on the EM spectrum. We're going to be making some hot chocolate in the microwave. Let's put it in there for 30 seconds. You can tell that it got hot because of the energy that the wave carries.
Infrared waves are our next waves on the EM spectrum. Infrared waves have the third longest wavelength and the third lowest frequency. It is an example of infrared waves because infrared waves are associated with heat.
This is a picture of the rainbow and or visible light. The reason we can see this is because the colors bounce off this, and as it's purple, the purple gets absorbed and it bounces off into our eyes, and then we can see this as purple. This is visible light.
Ultraviolet waves are the next waves on our list. Ultraviolet waves have a shorter wavelength than visible light, but a higher frequency. Ultraviolet waves can be harmful to humans. The sun is an example of ultraviolet waves.
Now we'll be explaining X-ray. X-ray is the second most powerful wave on the electromagnetic spectrum. It is the second highest frequency and the second shortest wavelength. X-ray is used for medical imaging and can even be used to treat cancer. X-ray can be very deadly to humans, so be cautious.
Gamma waves are the last waves on the EM spectrum. They have the lowest wavelength and the highest frequency. Gamma rays are very deadly to humans. Gamma rays can be used to treat cancer and used for other medical things. Hey guys, welcome back to Science Pals. As always, I'm Kayne.
I'm Gatlyn.
I'm Matthew.
And I'm Aiden.
Today, we will be explaining electricity and magnetism. Electricity is the flow of electrical power or charge.
In this video, we will be making electric motors called tiny dancers.
With a battery and magnets.
To make a homopolar motor, first get some neodymium magnets. Then you need a battery. After you get this, put them together
The bigger the battery, the bigger the magnet.
so the batteries will be on the negative end. Then bend wire and put it on the battery and it should spin.
Make sure the sides are touching the magnets, or close to.
That is cool.
After putting it on top of the battery and connecting these bottom halves to the magnets, it spins.
I'm just going through
And that's all for the Science Pals.
As always, I'm Kayne.
I'm Aiden.
And I'm Gatlyn.